Now that we've got to know you a little bit, like let's have you talk through like your decisions in this game, like why you're placing units like certain way, why you're just replacing certain cards, like just basically even if it's like super simple thing, like it may not be simple to players. So just
So
run us through.
I've been testing this opening a lot, especially when I played Magmar Control. It slows the game down by a lot. Okay, now we kind of hate ourselves because he played Heartseeker and we didn't move too forward because he played it here. And, well, I'm glad we don't have Sarlacc. So right now, I really just want to get rid of this Silhouette Tracer because it doesn't really seem like it's going to be useful. We could... No, wait. Do we want to do that? That's kind of BM. I kind of want to do that. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of a Crystalist because we're going to play one. So we're going to go to 5, then we're going to go to 6 cores on our next turn. Yeah, this is fine. So we're going to go here. We're going to Tracer here. Then we're going to move to the mana because that makes us go to 2 mana again. And we're going to move upwards, and then we're just going to be BM and kill this because we could. And we're going to play another guy. So essentially, the opening we did before slows down the game enough to like where Songhai can't kill me like fast, right? Like it takes 1 or 2 additional turns for the game to end with this opening, unless you like Tracer into their face anyway. But like if you go here, like if you play your creature here, it can still reach the mana as I did this turn. The only thing is you can't get to another mana unless you play 2 dudes. Yeah. So this opening, I've been really enjoying it. I like it in most matchups, especially with this deck, because this deck is so defensive. It's essentially just a deck that wins purely on Nova. I have, like, literally no other way of winning the game, unless, like... so I have 6 damage from Void Pulses, 12 from Knights or Assassins, so I need to hit him 3 times? Like, that's also possible. But Nova is the main, like, purpose of the deck. So I play Mana Forgers, and I play... Ride the Undervaults to kind of get through my deck like really, really fast. Because as soon as I like accomplish that and get through my deck like incredibly fast, let's see here. I think I just want to do this. I want to get rid of this because I don't want to have it there dealing incremental damage to me all the time. Then I want to move forward because I want to hit his face, but I also want to clear the assassin. I didn't want my Silhouette Tracer blocking me. I'm gonna attack him again with the Mana Forger, and then with a Crystal Wisp, and then we're just gonna play our Knights or our Assassin to get rid of him. We could replace. I don't really want to replace. I kind of want the Provokes. The Provokes are very good in this matchup. The reason I'm playing Vanquisher, by the way, is because I essentially wanted another Rocky, because Rocky is very nice. Rocky being Rock Pulverizer, 1/4 Provoke for 2. It's very nice on 9 cores or 9 mana to be able to Shadow Nova and Rocky on the same turn, because that essentially guarantees that if the opponent doesn't have removal for it or he can't kill it on board, he's going to take double a hit from the creep, which is very, very important in most matchups. So I isn't just want to Golden Vanquisher. I opened them after the wipe anyway, so I was like, I was actually going to disenchant them, but then I kept them around, because if you have a Mana Forger in play, the Nova is 6, and then I can do the Nova Vanquisher play, right? So that's also fine. We're gonna get rid of we have 2 Lore Masters. We kind of want to draw right at the Undervault, so we're just gonna get rid of a Lore Master. We got Shadow Nova, so we're just gonna Shadow Nova him. I got a pure rage. I'll kill you. I'll kill you, Victor. I'll kill you. You're gonna die to this creep.
So, like, what are usually, like, your main targets for Alkaline Lore Master in this deck? Is it to get Shadow Creep back? Is it to combo Void Pulses?
It is rarely to get Shadow Creep back. You can only ever get Shadow Creep back if you have a Mana Forger in play, which is also very important, because then Shadow Nova goes to 6, so you have 3 mana left over, so you can Lore Master afterwards. The main target for Lore Master is Void Pulse, most of the time. It's also just very interesting to be able to take your opponent's spells. I've had a lot of games where I've been able to, like, steal Rash's Curses and, like, get rid of my opponent's, like, Hexblades or Aunts or whatever, right? Which is also very, very strong. So he's dead, by the way. We play Mana Forger, which makes this go to 0. We drain it for 2. We play this. We play Lore Master. Let's just... Oh, well, we drew another one. We don't need it. We Alarm Master again.
But they're free!
They are free.
But this is more comboing, so it's cooler. I agree. Your mistake was hitting him. That was the real mistake.
So yeah, no, like the deck is so slow that most of the time you really, really need the health from the Void Pulse. The incremental damage is also very important because then you can essentially win with a second Shadow Nova you play, so you don't need to find the third one. But yeah, no, the deck is like very slow, so you either if you have a Shadow Nova in play, Lure is also very good. Also, this is a disgusting opening for everybody that hasn't tried this before.
Oh. Yeah.
Especially if you have like Dark Sacrifice in your deck. I don't. But yeah, like when the sad thing about going second, you don't really want to be going like to the diagonals and playing your dude, even though it slows down the game, but because it allows your opponent to go too forward, play a guy here, collect the mana, right? So if I go here, play a dude here, if my opponent just goes here, plays a dude here, right? He can still like kill this after the next turn, where I would essentially gain no value. You can go away. Oh my god. This is disgusting.
The dream.
By the way. Yeah, the dream. Alright, hello, I am like 30 cards down in my deck. How you doing? Oh, well, no, never mind.
Better. It's getting better. Now you didn't get the healing from that, but it's still actually a pretty ridiculous start. So you got to draw another card essentially by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd cry too.
I think a lot of people overvalue Rally on the Vault. A lot of the time, it's not more than a second wish. It draws you 2 cards because you don't have the mana to play more cards after you've played it, because you want to empty your hand first. And then, like, it's at its best when you're like Hellbent, which is a Magic Gathering turn for having 0 cards in your hand, and you're like top drawing. Because if you can like play a guy, right, probably play 1 or 2 other guys, and then like draw 2 cards, then it's like dumb, right? Like then it's essentially a +6, which is retarded. But most of the time, it's like a +2, like it draws you 4 cards, but that's essentially only a +2 because you're not. Oh
wow.
Ow.
Free inner focuses for days.
My face. So yeah, we're just gonna go here. We're gonna steal that inner focus. That's now ours. You don't get to inner focus. Fuck that Mana Forger.
So the interesting thing about this part too is like, you emptied your hand, but you refilled it. He actually emptied his hand, and now he's basically on this 2 cards. So, especially for Songhai, like if he doesn't have anything like of good value there, like he's gonna actually, this turn might actually be a dud for him, and you have a chance to come back.
The James of Spiral technique really like enforces this too. The fact that my opponent could be at like 2 cards, 0 cards, draw 2 and like do 5 to me and kill my guy off the top of his deck for 5 mana was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Tuskboar, why you do this?
Always to the face.
Always to the face. So we just wanna... Yeah, we wanna get our Provoke down, we wanna kill the Pumbaa, we want to smack him in the face, and we want to take off this Blood Leech. Because, like, right now, he has 5 mana. He can't really do a ton. He could kill us, right? He could Hammond, then he could Mana Vortex, Inner Focus, kill us. But that would be his 3rd Inner Focus. But that's not very likely. I don't think he has a ton of good plays left on 3 cards with 5 mana, so this is very good. Because we can get Lure back with us. Now, never mind, we got an Onyx Bear Seal. That's not very good. So yeah, this is essentially where playing all the Void Pulses early creates a problem for us because we have 3 HP. Are we dead? No, we're 3 HP. Alright. Let's see, I kind of want to play this turn. I want to get as much mana as possible. And we want to play this here, and we want to move to the very corner, and we want to just like do that, and hope we're not like dead to the flame blood. So yeah, like we're essentially just trying to survive. I wanted to play the Crystal Wisp so I could gain as much mana next turn as possible. So it's possible for me to go like Lore Master, 2 mana spell, and like still have a provoke or like Night Sorrow him, right? Like I wanted also to ensure that if I drew a Night Sorrow, I could like Night Sorrow, and have 2 mana left to something. Like Lure, Mana Forger, maybe, to play like maybe a Dark Transformation for 3 instead, and like play Gold Vanquisher. It just leaves me with more options instead of playing a 2/1, which isn't really gonna like make my curve like my kill any faster. The only way I'm ever gonna kill him next turn is if we have 2 Night Sorrow Assassins, but then our Silhouette Tracer does that anyway. So we're just gonna try and replace here, so we can try and see if we can get a Night Sorrow Assassin. We're gonna replace the Ride the Undervault because it's essentially like useless in this stage of the game. We did not get a thingy-mabobber. So now we're essentially just hoping that again we're not dead.
He hasn't drawn Phoenix Fire basically, or
Yeah,
I guess
That's
technically at this
essentially
point
this-
Spiral Technique.
I guess that's kind of what this game comes down to. I guess. Yeah.
But if not, you have a pretty good shot here.
No.
Ah, the Flame Blood.
Sad face. No, we were gonna kill him next turn if he
Yeah.
didn't have anything to kill the dudes.
Yeah.
That's a good game though. So yeah, like this deck is not a competitive deck by no means. I wouldn't play it in a tournament. I play it because I find it amusing. I think that's very key to keep playing on the ladder. You need to test your competitive decks, but I think it's better to ensure having fun than it is to like ensure like playing the best deck possible. I have a ton of fun when I'm playing this. Like I think it's amusing to lose games where I'm like, he's dead next turn. Please. Like, oh.
But I mean, to be fair though, right? Like eventually, like if you play like your competitive deck, right, and you crush up the ladder to rank 0, there's nothing to do. Like it's not like the elo system's been implemented. Like you're basically just like bouncing against a wall. So like, why not try new stuff? Why not try fun stuff? Like why not like test stuff out? Because you also aren't guaranteed to have like a primo scrim partner, right, to test out your competitive deck, right? Like you could be up in the ladder and like if you're in queue for a long time and no one's on, like boom, you get like a rank 25 dude, right? So it's not necessarily always equal.
It's okay.
So against Magmar, like again, like your deck obviously wants to play pretty much like defensively against most decks. Is Magmar basically the same for you?
Kinda. Magmar is a lot worse against our deck than most other decks because we play like literally no good dudes. So he like never really has good. I kind of want to just do this. This is a +3, which is fine. He never really has good War Beasts most of the time. The only card that I really want to like keep alive in this matchup is my my Mana Forgers. That's like the dream, right? Like, by the way, I can tell you having 3 Mana Forgers in play is kind of amusing because you get to Nova. That's really fun.
That actually is a dream.
Yeah. But overall, Magmar, right now at least, it has 2 competitive decks, if you ask me, which are like whenever I'm looking out for decks, I'm looking out for the competitive versions of the whatever deck my opponent would be running, right? He could be running the. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's do that. Let's do that. He could be running the combo version, which Drandrape has had a lot of, or Dresmo, sorry, has had a lot of success with over the course of the last tournament. He did very well. It was in the Ashes tournament, the Fire to Ash one, where he essentially swapped between the combo and the control version. Then there's like the control Magmar lists, and aggressive Magmar is not something we've really seen, so it's not something that's really on my radar. So essentially, these kind of games comes down to if my opponent doesn't get off a very early start, I should win because he's trying to stall the game. By the way, that card does nothing against me. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
what are you gonna get? Okay, you got a Rocky. Sweet. Like, dude.
Yeah, which is not as I mean 2 core value for 3 core from him. So
I kind of want to take it though.
just in case he has like you steal
Yeah.
waste. You want to be a riverboat
He can't
gambler?
War Beast his next turn, which is why I'm okay doing this. He only has 5 mana.
The other bonuses too is like as long as if your mana
Why did he
forger lives, then it
take
costs
a
you
damage? Oh, he was on my creep.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see it for his fat booty.
Oh. He's got you pinned in against the corner. He's coming for you. Here he comes.
I do not mind. And right now, it took us 1 turn to get out of the War Beast range, right? Like, we can't War Beast anything now. Like, alright, you can War Beast 1 guy, but not 2 guys.
Yeah.
So we essentially accomplished what we wanted to accomplish by, like, putting enough distance between everything that he can't have a good War Beast. And we got our Mana Forger in a position where he doesn't really have a good way of dealing with it. His only really good way of dealing with it at this point is either, like, Natural Selection, Mana Burn. Mana Burn is fine. It's a 2 for 2. Like, 2 mana for 2 mana. And, like, Plasma Storm. Plasma Storm out here would be a +2, which is fine. Plasma Storm is very good against this deck. It looks like he's ranked 25. He's probably a new player. Not playing the best cards. And that's not a problem, right? Like, that's okay. Let's see. We want to just get rid of this because we had another one. Oh my god, this is disgusting.
The value, it's so strong.
Alright, so we just move backwards. We do this. Now we're going to do disgusting things. Hello, I like whatever you have. What do you have?
Survey says.
What? Alright.
You gotta
like
like this,
it.
bro.
Alright, so what do we get? Please Void Pulses. Nope. Alright. Pizza throw. Like, seriously. If you haven't, this guy, he needs a skin where he has like a pizza hat and like a pizza bag and like pepperonis on this thing. Because he throws pizzas, man.
Oh,
Look at that thing.
He's spinning the
that
dough.
thing.
With his
Yeah, man, spinning the dough, and like when he actually does, he's like, "Yo, customer, dough time." Oh, well, this is kind of destroys.
That's all the value.
All the value in the world. Sad Magmar face. Earthwalker. Okay, I was like, wait, what do you have? So
well,
I think we could get rid of the Breath of the Unborn at this point. It's not gonna do terribly too much.
The plus side stepped back on all your creep. that's
Yeah.
nice of him.
And then we're just gonna provoke him onto the creep for eternity. Hope you like my creep. Creepers. Oh, by the way, I've been testing different versions, but the final version, when I'm gonna start playing it in the tournament, I have the perfect name. Spelling Bee. Ah, shit.
Oh, gosh.
I am the dumb guy that wants to name everything dumb shit. My Magmar control deck was called My Dinosaurs Brings All the Boys to the Yard. Totally legit. Don't question it. Just embrace the randomness.
Uh-oh, he's coming for you.
Huh? Don't.
He's gonna claw
Don't move
up.
away
He's gonna
from
claw
the
up.
creep.
There it is. Urgh.
He's dead. Well played. This is 3. This is the rest. There it goes.
Rawr. Well, it was a good game. Valiant effort. Got you low.
Ah, shit. So yeah, like we really just played a very standard game. We tried to create distance between everything so he couldn't War Beast us for value because that's really pack time.
Oh yeah, no way, pack hype. We can end on the pack hype. 3 epics is okay. You know, you get.
It's better than my other packs. That's like 5 commons rare. You know, I'll take it.
Wildfire Aug's pretty good. So with that, do you have any shout outs that you want to give out to anybody before we wrap this up?
Well, I think you're doing an amazing job. Keep it up, man. I think you're doing a lot of great things for the community. I really love the community throwdowns. I also want to give a shout out to Counterplay, the entire dev team. I am actually amazed that a dev team this small has time and energy enough to put out a patch every week. I think that's amazing. I come from like stuff like Scrolls where it took them like a month to put out a patch, right? Like, or to even give people notifications that a patch was like down the line. And like so forth's kind of the same way. Like most of the other card games that I've played takes a long time. And I want to give it props. I think Eric does a lot of very great card designs. Give a shout out to Eric too. And generally just yeah, shout out to the community. Keep playing, keep having fun, keep showing up for all the tournaments. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, MrCubez, for joining me, and look forward to seeing you in some Duelyst Community Throwdowns when your hands are feeling good.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.